work. Okay, hello everybody. So here we are in Portugal, but in different places to have our sixth Zoom happy hour. So welcome everybody. And we have here Joana, that is, they are all Linde's workers and they are going to introduce themselves. I'm just going to show Joana is in Viseu. Today, Sara is in Pedrógão, right? And then we have Patrícia in Arruda dos Vinhos, right? And then I'm here in Valongo near Porto. So today is going to be essentially our happy hour from Portugal, okay? But of course, my students in Brazil, Pamela, that is not present, but she's going to have her participation in video. It's the first time we're going to have this kind of situation. And I think it's okay. It's part of the game of having a virtual activity. And we hope we engage. And I'm sure that she and the other students that couldn't attend can watch later on. Okay, so I'm going to give the word to Joana. Joana, please introduce yourself and say what you intended to do today in the happy hour. Come on.
Okay, so my name is Joana. I am from a village near Viseu. I work at Linde and I am a healthcare professional in field of respiratory home care. I live with my boyfriend. We don't have children yet, but we have a curious cat. Today, I'm going to talk about daylight saving time and its effect on health. Can I share my presentation?
For sure, yes, go ahead, feel free.
Okay. Sorry.
No problem. Take your time. So if you want me to share the slides, etc., so you can tell me or not. So if you feel more comfortable sharing your knowledges.
I am searching for the button. Okay.
The sharing. It's coming.
Okay.
Okay, Joana. Great.
Okay. So it's about daylight saving time, or as I am saying. Now I'm having a question for you. So if you enter in the link that I put on the box, text box.
Okay, you're going to write there.
I think it's there. No?
Not yet.
Not
in
yet.
The you put where on WhatsApp?
The text, one text box. No?
Not yet. Here on Zoom?
Yes. No?
No. I can't see. Can you see? Not yet.
Sorry.
But we can go to Mentimeter, everybody, right? Is like this. You can give only the code.
The code. Yes. Okay.
Mentimeter.com. Okay. So but usually I think when you have the link to the question, I think there is an extension. No?
We need a code.
Yes, I have the code. Can I say?
Yes, please.
7.
You can. You're not going to write here on the chat, so it's 7
4 3 2 0 4 9 3.
93 Mentimeter. I don't know why my Mentimeter here. Okay. So this is the question. Do you agree about having the daylight saving time?
Okay.
Right? It's
can I start countdown?
I don't know, because I haven't found yet the.
Yeah, I have a problem.
I have a problem too.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you know why? Because because usually you should have, I think, the address. If you go to Mentimeter, you should see the address above and with the extension.
Yes. Sorry, it's there now.
Where?
In the text box.
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Now it's okay.
Okay.
Now it's okay.
I
Good.
think I
It's
didn't
okay.
click the enter button. Sorry.
Do you agree about having the daylight saving time?
Can I start the countdown?
Yes, I submitted. I submitted. I don't know about Patrícia, Sara. If you want, Joana, you can share the Mentimeter results if you want on the screen.
I don't know if I can, but I will try.
Yeah, you can stop the presentation for a moment and then you share the link.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, you have to go to the browser again, Chrome, where you have the Mentimeter when you see the results. And then you go to the green folder and share.
Yes, okay.
No worries. Technology is like that, right? So we are learning how to do it.
I have the...
Do you have the answers? Patrícia,
Yes.
also, could you do it, Patrícia? Patrícia, you muted the phone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you see?
Okay. Yeah, the yes is mine, is the 33%.
I have no opinion.
Oh, I have no opinion.
opinion.
Okay. I'm going to be, I will play the devil's advocate. Yeah,
So,
the devil's advocate, because I like the daylight saving time. The problem is this, but I know that Joana prepared a very nice presentation, and then probably I will change my mind at the end.
okay.
Okay.
Maybe I can change your opinion. Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Very nice. Okay, then you can stop the sharing and go back to your slides. Okay.
Okay. Do you see the first slide? Yes.
Not yet. It's you are still on Mentimeter, so you have to stop the sharing. You know why? Because when you change from the browser to the PowerPoint, you have the Zoom doesn't understand that you change it. You know, you have another, another way, another form.
Now can you see?
You are in the past. You are in the past. Okay.
Okay. So
good.
Let's continue. Okay, less than 200 years ago, humans organized their daily routines by the sun clock, which is set by the rotation of Earth. That was in synchrony with their body clock, which is set by our individual biological clock. Now, most of us lives in cities, work mostly in buildings, use electric light at night, and organize our daily lives by a social clock, which is set by human societies. That is rarely in sync with the sun clock or the body clock. These new conditions challenge our health and can cause safety problems. These challenges become even worse under daylight saving time. So, and what is daylight saving time? The period of the year between spring and fall, when clocks are set 1 hour ahead of standard time, is called daylight saving time, while the remaining period between fall and spring of the following year is called standard time. The typical implementation of daylight saving time is to set clocks forward by 1 hour in the spring, what is called spring forward, and set clocks back by 1 hour in autumn, what is called fall back, to return to standard time. Okay, do you know why daylight saving time appeared?
No, no idea.
No idea.
Okay, and so daylight saving time was thought to save energy and make better use of daylight. Benjamin Franklin suggested for the first time to enjoy more sunlight and save on lamp oil costs. Daylight saving time was introduced in 1908 in Canada, but went into effect during World War I. Germany introduced in 1916 to minimize the use of artificial lighting to save fuel for the war efforts. Daylight saving times disrupts the relationship between the social and sun clocks, since the body clock follows the sun clock. Therefore, these changes can affect our health. The acute alterations in timing due to transitions to and from daylight saving time contribute to misalignment between the circadian biological clock and the light-dark cycle, resulting in not only acute personal disruptions, but significant public health and safety risks.
Just a question, Joana. Can we, for example, if people have questions, they should write on the chat. We can interrupt you and ask you.
Yes, you can interrupt. Yes, it's not. Okay. To better understand the effect of daylight saving time on health, we should know what the circadian rhythm is and how it's works. So, circadian rhythms are 24-hour cycles that are part of the body's internal clock, running in the background to carry out essential functions and processes. One of the most important and well-known circadian rhythm is the sleep-wake cycle, as you can see in the image. At night, we start to relax and then go to sleep. When the day starts, we wake up and we have renewed energy to be able to work, study, exercise, etc.
I have a question.
Okay.
I know that in Spain, it's common to have the siesta, the nap after lunch. And here in Portugal, it's a curiosity that I have. Can you have these? I know that some stores close for lunchtime, but is it a habit here in Portugal?
No, I think it's not a habit. And I don't have the necessity of doing the nap.
Me either. If I do it, I feel bad. Then Patrícia and Joana, Sara and Patrícia, how do you need the nap?
I don't need it. Well, I need it when I was pregnant, and and that time I need it, but usually I don't. And I think it's not a habit now, because when I look back to my grandmother and my grandfather, they talk about this, and when they work at field, it's a country, they live in the country, so they work with daylight time most of the days, and they had that habit of going home, lunch, and have the nap after. Now I think our society is not adjust to this type of habits, and it eventually we end up not having it.
Yes,
but I don't think it's not a good habit. I think it depends on people.
Yeah, I think the people do this in the spring, during the spring when the people stay on the beach and could do the nap. But normally, I think for us with our habits, I think it's impossible.
We are workaholics, né? But then Joana can say, né, Joana? So because here now, of course, it's internet, etc. But because now we are living the daylight saving time here in Portugal, exactly this time between spring and the other cycle, right? It's the standard time, né? Because our time now is the normal time. Before we had the daylight saving time for the summer.
Yes.
But this is the point. So I feel bad. I know I feel bad to adjust to this clock 1 hour back and 1 hour forward, you know.
Yes, in the first days when the time change.
Yes.
Okay, Joanna, you can proceed. But it's just a comment, because how we feel, because you're going to talk about the healthy risks, etc.
Yes. Okay. So the circadian rhythms are synchronized with a master clock in the brain. This master clock is directly influenced by environmental cues, especially light, which is why circadian rhythms are tied to the cycle of day and night. When properly aligned, a circadian rhythm can promote consistent and restorative sleep. But when this circadian rhythm is thrown off, it can create significant sleeping problems. Therefore, circadian rhythms play an integral role in diverse aspects of physical and mental health. But why circadian rhythms are tied to the cycle of day and night, and why it's so important? Light is so important. So, as you can see in the illustration, during the day, light exposure causes the master clock to send signals inhibiting the production of melatonin, a hormone that promotes sleep. These generate alertness and help keep us awake and active. As night falls, the master clock initiates the production of melatonin and then keeps transmitting signals that help us stay asleep through the night. In this way, our circadian rhythms aligns our sleep and wakefulness with day and night to create a stable cycle of restorative rest that enables increased daytime activity. The body clock organizes our biology, such as when we eat and sleep, when we can run fastest, and when our brain works at its best. As we saw, the light-dark cycle is key in circadian entrainment. And that's why light exposure at the wrong times alters the internal sleep clock. Daylight saving time, therefore, induces phase delay in increasing the exposure to both morning darkness and evening light. Now a curiosity. As you know, screen light is emitted by modern electronic gadgets like the tablets and smartphones. This blue light exposure during the evening will harm sleep quality because suppresses production of melatonin.
Wow.
Has it ever happened to you, or do you notice that your sleep is worse when you watch TV at night, for example?
Good question.
I don't know, because normally I try to sleep in front of in sofa in front of TV with my husband and children and all the people all nights and
but do you fall asleep easily like everybody watching TV, or no, it's difficult?
No, but the people asleep. Asleep.
Fall
Yes.
asleep. Fall asleep.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
after this, we wake up and
Mhm.
put the children in in the beds, on the
Okay.
beds, and we go to the room. But
Okay.
when we asleep, we do it in the sofa.
Okay, interesting. So
Yeah.
it's okay, but this blue light, it's interesting. I didn't know. I always thought that it was the red light, but the blue light, I never realized that. And you, Sarah?
Well, with TV, I don't know because I also fall asleep watching TV, I think easily. But if I'm working late on the computer, yes, I notice. Well, could be because I will sleep less because I'm working more hours. But yes, with the computer, I notice that I sleep worse.
Worse. Mhm. Yeah, I've sometimes I watch with the tablets. I go to bed and I watch the tablet a film or something in order to be asleep, because sometimes I'm not. And then, but when I start watching, suddenly I feel sleepy. You have two expressions: fall asleep and feel sleepy. Okay, so just for us to, and when you send the children to bed, you can say you tuck the children in. That is this expression, phrasal verb. Okay, Patricia, when you say, we are going to take the children to bed, so you say you tuck in the children or tuck the children in. Okay,
Okay.
it's an expression, right, for us to say when you take the children to bed, right? And then you say like fall asleep or feel sleepy. Huh? When
Okay.
I watch at night, I feel sleepy, but cell phone distracts me. I think the light from the cell phone is harmful to me, so I notice this. If during the night, I try not to turn on the cell phone during the night, because sometimes I have to go to the toilet, not to the bathroom, and then this, so I avoid having the light from the cell phone, because I know it disturbs. And you, Joanna, do you?
I do the same as Patricia. So every day I fall asleep at the sofa. And I notice that my sleep isn't so good if I went to bed earlier. If I don't fall asleep in the sofa and do the all night long on the bed, I sleep better.
Okay.
But doing the same hours, I noticed that I sleep better on bed.
Because the quality.
Yes, because of the
Yeah.
not because of the lights. Yes.
Yeah. Me and my husband never had the habit to fall asleep the children in the bed and wait. No, I don't have patience for for this type of
Yeah.
activity.
Okay.
I prefer to fall asleep at the sofa with the children, or story
Telling stories, like
telling
telling
story,
stories.
yeah, with
Okay.
children, and suddenly I look and the people
They are asleep. Snoring. Storytelling is a good strategy to make people sleep, right? But this is
But
something
now we
now.
have a problem because my children grow up and they have more weight, and my husband needs to put the
To
children on
carry
back.
them. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Things
Yeah,
are
it's a
not as
problem.
easy as in the past. So some strategies, this is Sara's topic, né? So balancing work and life, and even in life, you should replan and change,
Plan
reprogram.
to make it easy.
Yeah.
Make it easier. Okay, very interesting. Okay, Joana. And now, is it dangerous? Daylight saving time is dangerous.
Yes, we're going to see now. Okay. So how does daylight saving time affect our health? Daylight saving time daylight saving time results in more darkness in the morning hours and more light in the evening hours. There are good sides, such as coming home earlier from work and having more hours of daylight during our free time after work. But daylight saving time also creates problems, which can be either short-term or acute, or long-term, also called chronic. First, we look at the acute effects. Shifting from standard time to daylight saving time has been associated with increased cardiovascular morbidity, including risk of myocardial infarction and stroke, an increase in hospital admissions, missed calls, missed medical appointments, and emergency room visits. The presence of continuing social or occupational demands in early morning hours results in sleep loss and resultant sleep debt, in addition to circadian misalignments. Transitions both into and out of daylight saving time has been associated with sleep disruption, mood disturbances, and suicides. Also, traffic accidents and fatal crashes increase. And the sleep deprivation may result in impaired judgment and decision-making capacity. Now, let's look at the chronic effects. The chronic misalignments between the timing of demands of work, school, or other obligations against the innate circadian rhythm is called social jet lag. Social jet lag is associated with chronic sleep loss and with an increased risk of obesity, metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular disease, and depression. Time differences between the social clock and the body clock are associated with decreased life expectancy, cause mental and cognitive problems, and contribute to many sleep disturbances. Another problem is the combination of daylight saving time and winter. This would make the difference between body clocks and the social clock even worse, and would negatively affect our health even more. So if we keep the daylight saving time along here,
along the year,
the whole year.
So it would be worse if we have all the time the daylight saving time.
Yes, daylight saving time at summer, it's bad, but if we extended it for all year, it's worse.
Okay. Because some people would like to keep the daylight saving time all the year.
Yes.
My husband have this opinion. For me, it's equal. Okay, change the time. Okay, change the
you
hour.
Adapt, né?
Yeah.
You adapt.
Yeah.
But if we thought on winter, on winter, we have a lot of darkness on the morning if we don't, if we maintain the
Yeah.
daylight saving time. So for example, the kids on school, it's hard for them because they are sleepy because it's dark.
Yeah, but when you pick up the children at the school afternoon,
it's dark.
It's dark. Yeah,
But
it's dark.
they went home and
Yeah, it's
later,
different.
It's the end of the day.
Yes, they will go to bed in few hours. So in the morning, they
need concentration.
Yes, is that. And we at work is the same thing.
Yeah.
And you, Sara? Sara was going to say something.
No, makes sense. Of course, I like more the daylight saving time during the summer, and for me it's always like that. But I know that in the winter we don't have the same time of daily sun, so it will have that impact. Yes.
But do you feel that your Mariana, for example, feels sleepier, let's say, during this time of fall because the day is really dark?
Yes, she is. Well, she's always on full mode, so I don't know. She's always energetic. It's hard to make her slow
So
down.
daylight
And
and night light is,
I
has no
don't see
impact.
a big change, but she's still young. But for me, I know that in the winter, in the end of the day, I'm much more tired. That when we have a different clock, but and maybe it's because of this.
Yeah. Now we are learning a little bit more. But what impacted me is about suicide and these statistics. I don't know. I think Joana didn't go so deep into the research, but I'm curious to see the impact of daylight saving time in this kind of chronic effects. By the way, no, it's not. Suicide is in the other one, but cognitive problems, now mood disturbance is okay, but suicide, depression.
Because the dark influences the
depression.
Yes, depression.
Switzerland is an example. I think until today is the highest number of suicides in Switzerland. And Switzerland is a country that has lots of dark hours.
Okay. So if we want to improve human health, we should not fight against our body clock, and therefore we should abandon daylight saving time and return to standard time throughout the year. A change to permanent standard time is best aligned with human circadian biology and will fix both the acute and the chronic problems of daylight saving time. Also has the potential to produce beneficial effects for public health and safety. This is a current discussion, and the European Parliament is already discussing the extension of the time change. And several sleep medicine associations are in favor of ending daylight saving time. So improving sleep and reducing the impact of sleep disorders and sleep deprivation could greatly enhance quality of life, work productivity, and global economic performance.
Yeah.
So,
Very
do
nice.
you have any questions?
Well, let's see, Patrícia. Mariana also came to see the happy hour. Hi, how cute. Hi.
She wants her mother, so she will be here.
Family and working balance on the weekend. Okay, poor girl. But is she okay? She just had her sleep, her nap? or no, or her lunch?
No, she will. She will now, and probably she will have to.
Uh-huh.
to
Does she have a cold? No.
she's beginning. I
It's
think.
the beginning. The weather doesn't help
No,
so much, nah? So the the
no.
weather with this cold. Nah? In Pedrógão, I don't know, is colder or hotter than
It's
Aracambrante,
colder.
Lisbon?
It's
Colder
it's
than
colder.
Lisbon.
Yes,
I
it's
see.
a different cold, but it's. I think it's colder.
It's colder. Okay. So, do you have any questions? Would you like to ask anything? Guys, would you like to ask Joanna anything? Joanna, question. Yeah, the presentation was taken. I think it's a good idea for later, nah, to put the reference. Nah? So, where did you get the information from?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, what we studied in class was from academic articles, right? Studies, no?
Yes, the most of it, yes. It's the link are in the docs that you share. I think it's
on our happy hour,
yes.
Google form. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there we have. If you want then to know more, do you have it? And now, have you changed your minds? Are you going to put the Mentimeter?
No, I don't made another Mentimeter question, but I'm hoping to change your opinion about this topic.
Well, let's say with Sara and Patrícia, because they were in doubt, so they didn't have any formal opinion. According to the presentation, what conclusion can you get?
If I understand, I think nowadays the things are well. The government changed the hours in order to respond or to answer our necessities. And okay, the discuss now is about if we should to keep standard time. But it's better standard time and daily light saving time in order to keep daily light saving time, because the people that I heard
that I heard speaking, yes, I heard talking, yes.
Yes, about this team. Normally they are defends to keep daily light saving time and not the standard time.
Yeah. In English, you say daylight, not daily light, but daylight. Okay, daylight saving time. Yes.
Yeah.
But
but I think the problem is on for the people who like daylight saving time. The problem is about the winter, because on the summer the days are longer. So if we have standard time on summer, we don't notice any difference, because the day it's big and we have a lot of light. But the problem is about the winter. So in winter we have the standard time now. So
yeah, because you push back. Now it's exactly this. Now you set back 1 hour, and by setting back 1 hour, so normally the northern hemisphere, different from the south, from Brazil, and in Brazil, Bolsonaro decided to stop the daylight saving time, and because we had daylight saving time in October, exactly because of summer, but then they decided to stop because they didn't see any economic advantage, by saving the daylight.
But sorry, Flávia.
No, okay, you can say.
No, because I was thinking, if we keep standard time along the year, we could pick up our children 1 hour early, and we could to travel or to playing on the beach. I don't know, because you have 1 more hour free.
3.
At summer.
In the
Yes.
summer.
If
in the summer.
if the governments decide to keep standard time along the year,
Yes.
you will
But-
go pick up or we will go to get out our jobs 1 hour early. Yes.
Yes, yes, but in the summer, the sometimes at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it's day. So
Yeah. Now probably 10 o'clock it will be a day if the standard time to keep.
It's kept, It's kept.
Kept.
It's
yes.
kept.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. I was thinking contrary.
Yeah, the opposite. You're
Yes,
thinking
and
the
the
opposite.
opposite.
But we have to reconsider that. I particularly like it because to have, but in this, but I agree with Sara and you also, Patricia, because what is the purpose of having the hour change in the summer if we know that the summertime has a very long light day time? So then it's not necessary to turn on the lights during the
Yes.
night because usually,
Yes, and we in Portugal we have a balance with the day and night hours, but in some points of the globe, it's not like that. So maybe in some countries, this daylight saving time is a big problem.
There are, I think I saw on the internet while we were discussing in class, so about 70 countries, I think, in Europe keep the daylight saving time. About 70 countries, and the others not. I don't remember now all the countries that don't keep the daylight saving time. But it's to be analyzed if it brings or not this idea of economic advantage. If not, what Joana explained is that our health suffers, and the melatonin production, the sleep deprivation. So this is a problem, and we have to analyze this very carefully, I think. Okay, let's go on. Very good. Okay, guys, now it's Sara. Sara? Thank you, Joana. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk about a balance also, a balance between work and family. Let me see if I can.
Are you going to have any Mentimeter too?
Yes, I have, but it's not just now. If you are listening to YouTube videos, it's because Mariana is here.
She is okay. but your microphone is nice. Your headset is good. Isolates a lot.
Okay. Let me. I think it's this one. Okay.
Very good, Sara.
Okay, can you see it?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Okay, so the idea is to talk about other balance, the balance between work and family life. That for me is a challenge, I have to say. Even more in the last year. So I choose this topic exactly to learn a little bit more about how I can manage this challenge. So for me, it's kind of urgent to find a way to balance this. And because the big problem when we could not find this balance is that we end up having feelings of exhaustion, burnout, feeling overwhelmed, and all of this is negative, of course, and impacts on how we deal with our family and how we deal with our work. So this is a snowball that it's important to consider and to find this balance. So I would like to start by asking you if for you this balance it's in your life, or if for you it's like me, it's a challenge that you have or a difficulty.
Yeah, for me is a challenge, you know. Okay, I'm a little bit workaholic, but I try to manage this, and I work a lot, but in the rest of my time, I try to have a time with my family with quality, doing activities and playing, but it's difficult.
So I'm not alone
And I need
on this.
I need to assist your presentation with all attention.
Yes. Yeah, to pay attention to that, right? And Joana has any problem, Joana, of balance?
Oh, I live with my boyfriend about a year and a half, so it's been difficult to adjust my life and work with more one people. So and one person.
Imagine Patrícia and Sara with
Yes.
3, 4, 5.
Yes, but until then, I live alone. So my time is dedicated to work. So I went to work, and at home I worked. So now it's difficult to stop working and do the other things that I have to do with someone living with me.
Yeah.
And our relationship is important. We don't have children yet, but we need time for us. So,
Yeah.
and to do the other things that we need to do at home, cook, laundries, etc.
Yeah. It's funny how our priorities change during our life and during the stage of our life that we have. And when we talk about finding this balance, it's not a perfect balance. It's not an equal balance to everybody. It's the balance that work for us on that time of our lives with the situations that we have on our lives, and a balance that make us feel good about our lives at the moment. I think this is the important thing, because it will not be equal to everybody, and we will not have the same priorities at all life or the same availability to work or to family in all stages of our lives. So I'm not alone, I can say.
No.
Okay.
But it's a shame that Pamela is not here, right? But she would agree. I know she's going to watch, isn't it, Pam? So I know she's gonna watch it later. It's not easy. No? Okay.
So I have 2 more questions for you, and I would like you to go to Mentimeter. Let me see if I can do what Joana did.
It's better, because then we go straight.
The right link, because it's the first time I'm doing this.
Juggling work-life balance needs. I like the drawings, the pictures. Okay. Yeah, because if you go, if you are already there, you can copy.
No, I don't know where is the
chat.
I already.
our chat.
If you want, you can stop the presentation, and then I think it's easier for you.
Maybe.
I put
Okay, it's
mentimeter.com, and I think I already get in your
Oh, yes.
request.
She got.
it's on the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
not able to do it because the presentation. Okay.
Okay, but I don't have. I have just the heart. Is this?
Yes, I have
But
to.
what
Let
about the questions?
me change here.
Yeah, because
Now can you see
now
the
yes.
question?
The picture,
Okay.
yes. Okay, good.
My question for you is this: can you avoid overworking yourselves and unplug from work on family time?
Select an option. Né? I sent the first, and then we have the second.
No, it's just, I think it's just one option.
Well, I didn't see if there was another question.
No, it's just one for now.
It's just one for now. Okay. So I answered.
Okay. Can you?
Now you have to share. If you share the results.
Did you all answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
So let me see how I can present this and show.
Yeah, the sharing is this. You have to have the answer there and share the page. Coming.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the end, we have, it's a constant challenge and sometimes it's a challenge. So I think nobody could say that, in fact, we can do this unplugging totally and have this in a easy way, in a simple way.
Not easy.
Not easy. I have another question to show you.
So it's in the sequence.
It's in the sequence. I have to say I'm not a big fan of Mentimeter right now.
Because it's new and we don't know how to handle.
The question changed for you?
Yes.
Okay, let me check there.
The question is, do you spend as much time as you would
I don't
like
know
to
what
spend
happened.
with your families?
First.
It's not there?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Did you spend as much time as you would like to spend with your friends and family?
Okay, done.
Okay, so let me see the results. Okay, it's not. No. So in first place, we have never, sometimes, and most of the time. So I think we have one person that it's lucky enough to most of the times could do this balance. And the rest
It's
of
not
us,
me.
it's a little bit more complex, I think. So let's come back to the
Okay.
presentation.
So of course we are just
Oh,
in
it's
four.
not
So
there.
I think the person that said that most of the time is Joana, right?
Yes,
Or-
it's
Ah,
me.
Joana. It's Joana that has more free time. She can manage
No.
better.
She has now.
It's a
Yeah, she has.
challenge. It's a challenge. It's a
Yeah.
big
It's a
challenge.
It's a challenge, but I think you can manage better because the more people you have in the family, of course, I can say for me as well. So for me now it's okay, but
I think now I sleep less.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It
daylight
becomes
saving time,
worse.
but the daylight saving time is not the reason, right?
No. No, I sleep
Okay.
less because to keep the day long enough to do the
All the
everything,
things.
the old things
Yeah.
I want to do. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to
Yeah.
bed later and wake up earlier.
Earlier. Yeah, same here. Okay, so for me, when I saw this picture, I totally relate to it because it's like that. We think that we need to have a standard balance, a easy balance between all these things and all the activities that we have in our daily basis. But in reality, it's like this: is a mess of tasks and things that we need to do and to manage at the same time. To try to have all this balance in a way that works for us and works for our family and works for our job. So I think I related to this picture. I don't know about you, but for me, it's exactly
It
like this.
says interest.
So we already talked about how our priorities change this balance that works for us. It's individual. And this work-life balance is exactly this: is how we prioritize the time and energy to commit to our work and to our personal life, and how we feel about this this division of our time that we dedicate to one thing and to another. Of course, priorities change. We already talked about this, and the balance that work for us at one state of our life could be different from the balance that works in other states. But why this is important? Because we need to, if we can manage this balance in our life, we will increase our productivity. We are going to be hiring. We will have a higher work engagement. We reduce stress in our life. We will, and we will have more time or more availability to dedicate time to other activities that for us are important and that we need to do. So this is the big problem, and I put here as a problem because I know that Patrícia will talk about problem resolution. So this is my problem. It's and not just mine. We already see this. This is our problem. How to manage this necessity to balance between work, to have balance between work and family. And I found some tips that I think could help us. Could help us make it easier. So achieving this work-life balance, it's a long and often difficult process, and we know it. And I think the important thing first is this awareness that we need to make it a priority, because if not, we tend to not see that this is important, and we tend to fall into the feelings of exhaustion and overwhelm, and have already could create problems with our family, and then we will have not only one problem but two problems, so it's not going to work. So of course that our job should be challenged, our work should be challenged, and should be something that we feel good about doing, but it's important not to let the work part of our life don't let the work part of our life be too big that our personal life does not have room on our daily day. So on this sequence, I think it's important for us to limit all the activities that are not essential. So prioritize and see what is essential for us to do and what we are going to dedicate our energy and our efforts. Learn how to say no to some things. It's also important. Do not accept every task if we know that will be too much effort for us. Consider our schedule. It's linked to this. Know exactly what we can support as an extra activity. Creating these boundaries between work and family, and try to respect these boundaries as much as we can. And this will link to the next tip, is communicate our needs. We are not capable of doing everything alone. And our work, it's very, when we talk about our personal life, our work is just ours. It's not the work of our husband or the work of our kids. So it's a part of their life that they are not so into as we are, of course. So
just an interruption. Sorry to interrupt a little, yes. Sara. Are you showing a slide? Because here I have the slide. What's your priority?
Yeah,
it's okay.
We
will. Only that.
Now I switch to the next tip that it's linked to this communication. It's talk to your family. Mm-hmm. This is important because if we could not, we will have times in our life when we need to dedicate more time to work, or we need to do something that will have an impact on our family. And this tip of talking to our family, be honest, ask for help, it's very important, because if we talk to our family about our problems and what we are doing and why we need at that point to have more hours of work, for example, we will have more comprehension from the other side, and more help to make us manage everything and reduce our levels of stress also. And it will also give us an idea, a feedback of if we are pushing too hard and we need to adjust, or if we okay, at that moment it's okay to work a little bit harder, for example. Mm-hmm. This is linked to ask help from others. Okay, of course it's and I personally have the lucky to have my my mother and my in-laws.
My in-laws, yeah.
My in-laws close, so they give me support and they pick up Mariana every day from school, and most of the days they Mariana have dinner at their houses, and I'm a little bit more free to work a little bit more if I need it, because I know that she's okay. So I think this is a very good tip. Allow others to help you. We will not have to do it all alone. And one very important thing is to plan to make it easier. If we know that we will have a more complicated week, we can plan all the meals for dinner in the weekend and prepare everything we can to make it easier at the moment. This will reduce our stress, our concern about our life family activities, and will reduce our level of stress at the moment, because we know that, and I don't know if you agree, but when I'm working more hours that I was supposed to, I feel a little bit guilty, because I know that I'm taking hours from Mariana, for example. So it's, for me, it makes easier if I know that she's okay, if I ask for help, and if I plan to have everything easier when she comes home, and I have more time to dedicate to her, and not wasting time. Wasting is not wasting, but not spending time, for example, cooking or doing other things that will consume time that I could use with her. So the next tip, the question about boundaries between work and family. This is very important. I have to say that at the moment, I do not have strict boundaries between work and family, but I think it's important, and we can have some examples. We established that every day I will have dinner with my family no matter what. So even if I have to work a little bit more, at that time I stop. I am dedicated to my family, and then I could go on if I need it. For example, things that work for us and that we need to respect, to have this, and to maintain this sense that we could balance, that we are balancing the two parts of our lives. Is it easier for you to establish these boundaries between work and family? For me, it's a challenge.
I don't have choice, because at 6:30, 6:30 p.m., I need to stop, because I need to pick up the children. I need to prepare the dinner. I need to to do a showers. No, to
have
To
the
prepare the
children take
bed.
their showers.
yes, to prepare the showers, and
The showers.
if I need to work, I should do after these activities. Normally, for me, I think I have boundaries because I don't have choice.
Yeah, I relate to
By
that.
the way, Patricia was telling one of the class to ask for help, to have a cleaning woman, a housekeeper that could give, but it's hard if you don't have someone to give you this helping hand, and you have to do by yourself, do everything on your own. It's pushy. It's pushy.
It is. This is, I think it's hard to do, and I know that for me it's because I have the supports of someone that is helping me. It's easier for me to work a little bit more till late, but it's not good. It's something I think we should find this balance anyway.
Yeah, but in my case, at the weekends, if I want to work, because I travel to my mom's house or my mother-in-law house, and I work all the weekends, and my children playing with the grandparents, and it's
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah.
But to have this time, Patricia said that you have no choice. But it's important. It's the time that you should have with your kids. So it's the shower time, it's the meal time. So the essential times that is important to stay with them, right? And
it's terrible, because I have a feeling. Okay, I stop my job, and now I start my part-time.
yeah. And it's not your part-time. We know that. Yeah, it's the time that nobody sees, that even people don't consider as work.
Because the children don't want to take a shower, don't want to eat.
Yeah,
And you
they do
need to
not make it
deal.
easy.
And because this is the way they know how to protest, being using a little bit of psychology. It's the way to confront with the parents and the mother especially. So I'm not going to do what you want me to do, right? So it's like, I'm not going to take a shower, I'm not going to eat. It's a kind of competition that the children have with the parents, especially the mothers. We know this, so the psychology of children's mentalities, and that's it. But it's part of the game. They wanted to hear your voice. The point is this: they are protesting, but they want to create their boundaries as well, right? So it's the limits that they are asking for, and these limits, they say, okay, the way to call attention is to say no to what they want me to do. It's interesting, the psychology, children's minds, and the parents feel guilty. Oh my God, what I'm going to do? And it's the children's manipulation.
Yeah, but they are right. We need to have time, and sometimes we are so tired because we work hard all day, and they do that exactly in the end of the day when we have no patience to deal with it. So
they feel
it's very hard.
They know, exactly.
They know.
They know that. Of course, they know. They are clever. And they are very, very clever and subtle in their perceptions. And we have to know how to deal with that, smiling, smiling and trying to play with them, trying to distract them.
Exactly. And that leads us to our final tip, that is accepting that imbalance is sometimes unavoidable. We will have times when we could not have everything perfect, or that we will have days that will not turn out in the way that we want, and it's okay. And we cannot be too hard or too rush on ourselves, and we have to accept that this could happen. And the key is that, of course, this is a situation that will not become the normal situation, but sometimes at some point this could happen. And if we embrace this imperfection balance, sometimes it will be easier, of course, for us and for our lives. And I would like to finish with this is from this concept of crazy mode and crazy busy and crazy mode. Is from one of the videos. I don't know if you watch it, but it's from one video that was it was an ER doctor that was talking about how we say most of the times that we are crazy busy. We have a crazy busy day. We are crazy busy at that day. And she was saying that we need to stop this. We need to not be crazy busy, but be in a ready mode. We can have, and she was talking about her experience in the ER, that they have busy days with lots of things happen at the same time with different priorities, and they have to manage it. And this is the key, is not letting the crazy busy modes be active, because we tend to be distractive, confused, everything is happening at the same time. We lose focus, we don't know where to turn at the moment, and we need to be able to be more in the ready mode when everything has happened, but we can see clearly what are our priorities, what we should be focused on, what we should do first, what are the the things that could not wait, what are the things that could wait and be addressed at a certain point, or be delegated, or whatever. And for me, this is related to the stress management. That we need to be at this green spot. Ideally, we know that this is also a matter of balance, but ideally, if we manage to stay at this green spot, we will be able to manage all the demands of our life in a more in an easier way, and we will be less, we will have less feelings or negative feelings about how we are managing everything.
Okay. Yeah, I think Patrícia and Joana, I gave this video and we watch it in class. I think Pamela not, but okay, we watch it.
Yes.
And it's important.
I think it's a good perspective.
Yeah, to be in the crazy ready, not the crazy busy. So crazy ready, always expecting things to happen, but trying to keep calm and addressing one thing at a time. So you cannot take everything at the same time. It's impossible. So I think in the video, the doctor said, oh, that is the girl in labor work, because she was having a baby. And I said, oh my gosh, and she was having problems. And there was another case coming to the hospital. But she says, no, first my priority is here. So I have to take care of this mother that is having the baby. And that is complex because I think the cord was around the baby's neck. And then it was an emergency. And then she says, no, this is my priority. And then the other priorities, wait, what can you do? And you don't have to feel guilty. I think the problem is this, because people feel guilty.
Yeah, we tend to think that we need to be on top of everything at all the time.
Yeah,
and this it's what have a negative impact on us as well. Well, and that's it. It's the trick here is finding the balance that works for you, and it's always a challenge, but we have to find it and continue to find it.
Very good, Sara. And do you think, guys, Joana didn't say anything. I know that our life, Joana, is a little bit different from Patrícia, from, with kids, etc. But you have a cat, you have a boyfriend that you live together. Do you think that the tips that Sara brought up can help in a way?
Yes. The thing that happens most to me is asking for help. So I have lucky because my boyfriend knows how to cook, for example, and
great.
When he saw that I'm not arriving home earlier, he makes the dinner, for example, and my mother and my mother-in-law, they normally give us cooking
recipes.
The food.
Okay, the lunch or the dinner, whatever.
Yes,
they help.
Food
box, the food box.
Yes. So it's
nice.
a great help and let us more time for the other things.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so it's nice to have it. But I hope that you can find solutions and way outs. Patrícia, is everything okay? I think Patrícia is trying to give attention to the family at the same time.
But I don't know how Patrícia or Sara do with the kids and with the 3 kids, Patrícia.
Yeah.
I don't know how they manage.
I don't know too. I don't know. Me and my husband, because I don't have support. My mom lives a little bit far, and she support me once a week. But in the rest of the days, I need to manage with my husband. And I don't know if I could sustain these these activities with a good mind, but I try to do this.
Yeah, but in general, I think you can manage very well, guys. You can do a very good job, I think. So it's
I have
living and
problems
learning.
in my connection.
Oh, yes, I can see that you're having.
Yeah, because all the kids decide to connect something to the internet. I need to do something.
Because of three people using the internet resource. Yeah, I understand. So I want Sara to finish the presentation.
Okay. I speak.
Okay.
Okay,
Sara, can you stop there? The sharing. Yeah, I know we have now 30 minutes. Now probably we are going to extend a little bit 10 minutes because Pamela's presentation is 9 minutes and something. So it's a short presentation, okay? So instead of having the interruptions during the questions, I want you at least to take one question that she asks in order to answer, okay? So the first question that she's going to ask about, because I have it here, I took notes. The first question is about 1 minute 32. The second question, when it's about 3 minutes 16, is the second question. And the third question is about 9 minutes, is the last question. So I'm saying, Patrícia, that I'm going to put Pamela's presentation. It's short, it's about 9 minutes and something. I
could hear everything.
Okay. And then the first question I'm going to give to Joana, because during the presentation, she's going to ask a question. So the first question is Joana. And the second question is about 3 minutes. It's Sara.
Okay.
And then the last question is at the end of the presentation, Patrícia, she's going to ask another one. Okay. So now I'm going to share. I hope you can follow. Okay. So I hope that we can you see, guys? This is Pamela, okay? All right, so, okay, very good. Attention.
Hi, team. It's a pleasure to join this virtual happy hour. Firstly, I'm going to introduce myself. So this is me. I'm Pamela, head of the customer experience area in Latin America at GE Healthcare. I'm based in São Paulo, Brazil. Previously, I was a leader to customer advocacy team at the same company. But my career had started at Philips, where I worked for several years in a post-sale area, in the service area. Additionally, I'm a working mommy, and I have some challenges to solve at home. I think it's the same for you, no? As a customer experience manager, I'm in charge of take care of each point of the customer journey to help the organization to deliver the best experience during the customer life into GE. As the customer experience or CX discipline is so huge and new, I'm bringing up the concept to let everyone in the same page. But before, have you ever heard about CX, about customer experience?
So this is the first question. Have you ever heard, or have you heard the concept of customer experience, CX, Joana?
No, I don't.
No. Okay, so it's the first time. Okay.
What means customer experience for you?
And what do you think it is?
Me? Okay. I think it's in relation to the relation between the people and the company, and this person could work with the opinion of the clients to do a better job on the company.
Okay,
I don't know.
you are near there. Yeah, she's going to explain now. Very good. Okay. She's giving up
I'm
time.
trying to change my.
She had the
page.
problems also.
Yes.
Imagine she recording that, showing at the same time.
Well, customer experience is everything related to a business that affect a customer perception and the feelings about it. Customer experience focus on the relationship between business and its customers. It include every interaction, since brand awareness until a purchase or not a purchase, even if it doesn't result in a purchase, for example. So, but why customer experience is so important?
Okay, so attention, that now is the second question comes a little bit after this. Huh?
Doesn't
Sara.
matter what business type you are working. Doesn't matter if it's B2C or B2B.
Yeah, because B2B, everybody knows, né? Business to business, and B2C. What is B2C, Sarah? Do you know? B2C?
Business to customer.
Business to customer, exactly. Huh? But it's about age to age, né? So human to human, right?
We are talking about human to human. We are talking about people to people. And people have feelings and expectation. Their needs change. And we must be prepared to attend and to deliver better experience. Do you agree about it?
Okay, so this is the the second question, Sarah. What do you think?
Yes, I totally agree. I think this is exactly like this, human to human. So we have expectations, we have needs, we are different from one another. So we have a lot of variability that need to be considered if the company wants a better product or a better service to be more aligned with these expectations, these needs that could be changed easily.
Okay, great.
So to achieve the excellence in customer experience, we should work in 6 big pillars. First one is personalization. So understand the customer needs and personalize the product and the service. In the other words, understand your persona. Do you know who is your persona? How much customers profile do we have? And your process and product are updated to attend your persona needs? Integrity. To be a upright company. Would you buy or work from a company involved in a corruption? I don't. And about you?
This is, of course, she's asking lots of questions, but then Patrícia can answer these at the end, okay, Patrícia? Because talk about personalization, personalize the service, so to buy from a company that uses corruption, for example.
The other pillar is expectation. Aligning the expectation, even so the information is not good. To be clear, work with transparency.
The idea is transparency.
Customers requested it, no. Resolution. Every company has problem, but how to treat that makes the difference. Timing for how much time your customer spends to do business. Have you ever think about it before? how much time your customers spend to do business. Your process is easily. Your contract is easily. To request training is a lean process or not. Empathy. Empathy is the key to work with
Empathy,
people.
okay.
So is the key to work with customer. I would spend hours to talking about empathy. If you work well in those 6 pillars, the customer life cycle will be constructive. Furthermore, the customer will be satisfied with your company and the products, and will recommend it to other customers. I'm going to stress a little bit more about resolution pillar.
Yeah, I know, because this is the link to Patrícia. Né? So Patrícia, just the questions that she asked, in your opinion, which of these 6 pillars do you think are most important? We saw in class, I think with Sara and Patrícia, we worked with the 6 pillars that is taken from KPMG. KPMG material, studies.
I don't know. I think all the pillars are important. I think it depends of the business, of the services or products. I don't know if you want a service, probably you want something more customized, but if you only purchase a product, you want something fast and with good quality, and someone who perform the service with empathy. I think it depends.
Okay. And then just a curiosity, Sara, which one do you think would you consider most important? Or the
Well,
ones that are...
I agree with Patrícia that this could depend on the product or the service that we are talking about. But for me, I would think about empathy, because if I have a good experience on that field, I think all the other pillars will be easier to apply.
Okay, and you, Joana?
I agree about the opinion of Sara and Patrícia. I think it depends on the type of business. I think on our line of work, I think empathy is very important.
Healthcare.
Yes, and integrity, because the customer must trust in the company.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's exactly what she says. Huh? Okay, very good. So then now she's going to focus on resolution.
As I had said previously, definitely every company has a problem. Disney has problem, no? But how you manage and solve is the key to success. When we have a process failure and the customer is affected, our first attitude is to take care of the customer.
Yeah, it's true. Here.
Sorry, I was changed the
law. Let me advance.
I'm of my presentation, but I had said one. So,
okay.
As I said previously, every company has a problem. Disney has a problem. Princess of Disney has a problem. We are talking about people, no? And how you treat it make the difference, no? So when we have a process failure and the customer is affected, our first attitude is to take care of the customer. Listen, understand the customer needs with empathy. Ensure that we will take the correct action to the problem. And finally, make sure the customer feels. If the customer feels change after your attitude, after you correct, after you solve the problem. Act with urgency is crucial of success solution here. But firstly, care of the customer. After the care of the customer, you should work inside the company to understand the root cause. Definitely, problem-solve techniques will help you to take over the problem and find the best solution. The important here is to create a mindset to avoid the same problem affecting other customers. Just to share one example. Once we had identified several customers complain about lack of license. The equipment was delivered without license. At this time, the first attitude here was solve the problem with the customer. So acting quickly. In parallel, we investigated what was the root cause with Lean methodology. With this, we could solve the issue in the root, avoiding a lot of customers being affected by the same issues. And the root cause was a process to book equipment. Was a simple process. We changed one step of the process and the problem was solved. Do you have any situation to share? And what do you think about it? I'm curious to see the discussion. I hope you had enjoyed my contribution here. Thank you for this time and take care, team. Bye-bye.
Brazilian way, giving kisses at the end. So she's cute. I like Pamela very much. So of course you are going to discuss this with Patrícia because I don't want to delay, because she asked about situations. And I want to, and her case is interesting because there was a problem with the machine license, and it was, and she could solve that by booking, scheduling. So I don't know how it worked, but she could solve by booking the equipment, okay?
Okay.
In advance, let's say. So this is it. Keep in mind, I don't know, you have, Patrícia now is going to talk about problem-solving techniques, and then let's see, not to delay, I'm going to interrupt Pamela, but during Patrícia's presentation, we can see if you can exemplify situations that you are looking for problem-solving. Okay, Patrícia, up to you.
Okay. I will go to speak a little bit about problem solving because I believe all the people have problems and live with them in our professional life, but in our daily personal life. And I think if we have strong problem-solving skills, can make a big difference in our career, and I believe that in our personal life as well. And I would like to speak a little bit about the process in order to help us solve problems quickly and fast and probably effectively. Okay, but first I would like to ask you, what is a problem? If you could help me to find a definition. Sara, could you help me? For you, what is a problem?
For me, it's something that that causes an impact, a negative impact on on some part of my life, for example.
And you, Joana?
I think it's something I don't know very well, so then can cause stress, for example. Yes.
Yes, that's it. In fact, a problem is something that happens or occur unexpected, or any question or matter involving doubts, uncertainty, or difficulty. And our problems, we could be big or more bigger or small, simple or complex. It depends. Some problems have easy solution, but hard problems or complex problems could be more difficulty approach or a solution. And I would like to ask you, how do we solve problems? I need your ideas in order to build a method, a methodology. Okay, now I start in Joana. Joana, normally, if you have a problem in your life or in your job, how how do we try to solve this problem?
I try to understand the situation better and to divide the problem in small parts.
Yeah,
and
very good.
then give
Priority?
a priority of the most important part and so on.
Yeah, to start defining the problem, to understand the better the problem, and after this, Sara, probably you start the same way, because when we have a problem, first we need to, what's the problem I have, or we have,
Yes.
but what is the next step?
I think the next step is understanding what if we already find the root cause of the problem and have this bigger picture of the problem. I think the next step is to find who or what could help to eliminate what is causing the problem.
Yeah, we try to find the solutions or generate possibilities in order to eliminate the causes, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then if you have 4 or 5 solutions, what we could do with these possibilities?
For me, it's applying the quick wins, the ones that we can apply right away and have faster results, to minimize the problem faster, and monitoring what we are implemented, and see if it's solving effectively the problem or not, and we have to think about other things.
Yes, that's it. It's okay. My presentation finished.
So you have
Very clever.
yeah, very clever. But you have a very good team, né, Patrícia, né? Because
Yeah.
they are focused on solutions. That's nice.
Yes. No, yes, all the people when have a problem have these stages. This author, Pitam Pelli, finds that most of us, when working individually, move through these stages intuitively. And you are right when you think how I could manage a problem in my life or in my career. Normally, all the people do this. But in fact, when we are working in team, it could be different, because we need to stop and identify these different stages to make sure the group is aligned. If we defining each stage or of your problem solving explicitly, we increase the odds of our team coming to better solutions more smoothly. And because of this, it's important to train the teams about these methodologies. And we can find in the literature different approaches, different methodologies, but they are similar. And the objective is solve problems and promote continuous improvement. But the best known are PDCA, the first in your right side. Okay, PDCA is plan, do, check, and act. Is a management method using business for the control and continuous improvement process. Is a cycle that are repeated until the problem is solved. DMIC is the problem-solving approach that drives Lean Six Sigma. It's a 5-phase method: define, measure, analyze, improve, control, for improving existing process problems with unknown causes. And the other method is IDEA. IDEA is more simple and in fact is the most known and used in the problem solving context. But the different approach starts identify or define problems. Second step, develop alternatives. uh, Follow, select the best alternative, implement, and after this, like Sara said, we need to monitorize and assess, and assess if all the if the solution that we choose have success. Okay. I would like to explain a little bit better. What exactly is the problem we are aiming to solve? The key to good problem definition is to ensure that we deal with the real problem. And Joana speak a little about this. We need to know what the problem we have. And sometimes it's important to separate the problem in parts. For example, if our department is performing poorly, we might think the problem is with the people who are submitting the work. However, if we look a little deeper, the real problem could be a lack of training or an irrational workload, or a process could be our process that have problems. Because of this is important to define the problem. Tools like 5 whys and the root cause analysis help us ask the right questions and work through the layers of a problem to uncover what's really going on. 5 whys is interrogative technique used to explore the cause and effects relationships underlying a particular problem. For example, in this example, someone at this morning ran through the red lights. Why? Because was late for work. Why? Because we woke up late. Why? Because his alarm clock broke. Why? Because he didn't check if it worked. Why? Because he forgot to do it last night. For example, lesson learned. Every night is it important or to check my clock for a simple example. The other way to approach the problem could be through the fishbone diagram, also called Ishikawa diagram, because this diagram was created by Ishikawa. And this type of tool show the potential cause of a specific event. Normally, we put the problem in the head of the fish, while the bones and sub-bones contain the potential causes. Okay, yes. Here I have a professional example, my professional example in my projects. I did the fishbone diagram with my team. In the head of fish, I have a problem, and I have some clusters in gray with the categories and the causes of my problem. This problem is visit intensity, and after this, I with my team or different teams, we think in solutions through the brainstorming, and okay, now we already identify the problem, develop alternatives, and generate solutions or alternatives, but now we need to select the best alternative. We could do this through SWOT analysis. I could select one and sorry, I have a problem in the, okay. Now here, I could select one solution and give up another because of our company's weaknesses or because of threats. But I prefer spend time on another lesser known approach, action priority matrix. In this type of tool, we should analyze our solution and try to rate them in 1, 2, 3, or 4 quadrants. For example, and Sara speak a little about this when she said that for her the choice will be the quick win. Quick win is something that we could implement now, because we don't need efforts, and probably if we implement this solution, we solve the problem, or a big part of the problem, have high impacts. Something that I could easily implement as well, but with little impact on our problem, we could plan to fill in but I know the results that come with it are small. The quadrant 2. In the third quadrant, I have high impact in the problem, but I need high effort too, and it could be different resources like time or money. And because of these, normally these type of solutions we put in parking lots to other projects. If I have a solution that takes a lot of effort and has a low impact on the problem, that solution should be dropped. Sorry. Okay. So after identifying our problem, developing and choosing the solution, we need to implement it in order to reach our goals or reduce the causes of our problem. And after that, we need to evaluate and monitor to understand whether we were successful or not. And that's it. This is a methodology. I have a video that summarizes the process, but first I would like to hear your comments. I don't know if someone wants to share some experience with this type of tools. No?
I could share. I began to use some of these tools in the past months, and they
Which one? The
appear
action priority? The action
uh,
priority
the
or the
fi-
SWOT?
I started by finding the root cause to the
The root
fishbone,
cause.
for example, and the analysis to see if the best option is the right one or not. But and they appear very simple, but they are not. It's a complex job that we are constantly analyzing and doing this circle to see if we are going in the right direction. But in the end, they are very helpful. And I think for me, finding what really is the problem is the first step to make everything easy. Because if you fail that step, it's we are not going to find the right solution. We are losing ourselves in solutions that does not have an impact because we are not aiming to the right ones. And the big challenge on this is finding exactly what is the problem and what we need to address.
Yeah.
And for Joana?
Um, I didn't ever use this type of methodology. Um, I think it's for me. It's Patrícia. What Patrícia said earlier. We solve a problem automatically.
Intuitively.
Yes, we don't. I don't think about the different steps. Because maybe I don't need to use this kind of methodology, but I think in along the work or we use the intuitive process. So
Yeah. During my life, I'm only did the intuitively process. Now I have problems with a little bit more complex,
yes.
and we need to use this. But in fact, I think this type of methodologies we could help us in our personal life too, and with the problems more little. We need to think in the different stages and in order to be more effectively, I think.
Yes, now that I am seeing this kind of methodologies, I thought I can apply this on a lot of things, not only on work, but with our personal lives and problems that emerge every day.
Yeah.
Please, you can share the presentations, right?
Yes.
With each other.
Yes, I have a video, but my suggestion it would be I send the presentation because the time. I don't know if you agree, Flavia, and the people that have interest could see.
Yeah, because the video is a summary, right?
It's a summary. Yeah,
it's a summary, but it's nice to watch the video for people that are interested. Thank you, Patricia. So it's very nice, the presentation, and I hope that you can use all these methodologies to balance work and life, and for us to analyze the daylight saving time pros and cons. So for us to make a better decision in this case for our own lives. So what's better, of course, that the daylight saving time is applied to the government decision. But anyway, for us to enjoy at least a better lifestyle, and together with your families. And I hope that you enjoyed. Did you like just the final word? Patricia is putting the video. Take notes now, or click there to watch later, please. A few, just 2 or 3 words, just to finish our happy hour. Let's start with Joana, because Joana is the first time she participated. Did you like it, Joana? Did you enjoy it?
Sorry, I put the video.
No, but we cannot hear. We cannot hear.
But it's doing a lot of sounds.
For you.
Yes.
So go there to Chrome and stop the video. Chrome or Firefox, I don't know where you get. Could you stop it? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes, now I stop.
You could stop it. Okay.
Yes. Oh,
so
sorry.
Joana, a few words. How did you feel about the first experience in the Zoom happy hour?
I like it to participate. I think I need to not read, but to speak free. But I don't have this capacity yet, so maybe next time.
No, but you did very well.
And
your friends will say.
And I like the presentation of Patrícia and Sara very much, and it gives us helpful tips for our personal and work personal life and work. Yes.
And work life, yes. And did you learn anything with Pamela too about customer experience?
Pamela. Yes. I answered I answer her question that I'm not. I don't recognize the customer experience, but after all, and after seeing a representation, I can think that I heard about it a lot of times. Yes.
Okay, very nice. Okay, and you, Sara, how did you feel this time?
I like it. It's smaller. We are fewer, but it's still very interesting. I think it's always an opportunity to learn about other topics and to find connections that usually we will not think about. So it's very interesting, and I like it.
Okay, very nice. And you, Patricia?
Yeah, for me, it's always a good experience because I could train the language, the English, and to know more about the other topics too. And obviously, be with you and is good.
Yeah, to the team, nah? So it's your team as well,
Yeah.
right? So it was very nice, and I wanted to thank you for the opportunity also to be here. I took notes of some points I'm going to discuss with you in class. But in general, I think Patricia improved a lot from the first. If you start watching the first happy hour, you're going to see that you changed a lot. You could be more confident, and this is nice. Sara also, she has, and your presentations were good. The PowerPoint presentation was nice. The slides. So I think you did a good job, and and I'm going to ask for permission because I'm recording. After the recording, I'm going to put on my channel, my YouTube channel, because I have only the happy hours there, right? Once they are there, I will give you the link. And then if you want, you can watch or show your friends or show people around, okay? And I hope that you can use these presentations somehow to, pass on to your people inside your peers, inside the company, etc., or to use that in another opportunity, okay? Very nice. So thank you so much. Hope you enjoy your weekend and see you next class.
Bye.
Okay, all the best to you
Bye.
guys.
See you.
Best,
See you.
best. Thank you.